Annie and Asen. Happy Sunday! Hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. In today's video, we'll be doing meal prep for the entire week. We both have very busy schedules at work, and sometimes we do run out of food during the week. So to avoid that, Asen and I would do meal prep on Sundays, and we do that for stews or foods that normally take more than 30 minutes. Anything that will take us more than 30 minutes to cook, we do cook it on Sunday. That way we have a lot of spare time during the week, either to focus on our work or just to relax with each other. We'll be showing you guys everything that we got from the store, and most of this stuff is what we'll be using for our meal prep for the week. Let's begin our weekly meal prep. Hey guys, I already washed our chicken, so I'm just gonna cut this one and season it and just leave it to marinate for a couple of minutes before cooking it. And I will also be seasoning the drumsticks and let them marinate for around half an hour and just pop them in the oven later on. So let me know what you guys do for meal prepping for the week. Do you cook on a daily basis? Do you even find that time to do it? And now that our chicken is cut, we will be seasoning our chicken thighs, and this is what we'll be using to make the stew. And our drumsticks, we'll also season them, but this will go in the oven. So for seasoning, I have a couple of things. I'll just be seasoning and show you guys what I'm putting. To start with, our first ingredient is salt. So I'll put 1 teaspoon of salt. Chili flakes, that's the next item. And for the chili flakes, I always go with half a teaspoon. I don't want it to be too spicy, unless there are days where I want it to be spicy. That's when I go full on with like an entire. So I go with half a teaspoon for the spiciness for both of them. Rosemary, that's the next ingredient. Once again, half a teaspoon for the rosemary. For both of them, again, I do put the rosemary. And then next ingredients, guys, is the turmeric. So for turmeric, I do use this kind of a container. So I either measure using 1/4 teaspoon for turmeric, or I'll just sprinkle it right on from the can, since the can has the holes for sprinkling. So I'll sprinkle a little bit. Go easy with the turmeric, because turmeric has a tendency of making your food bitter. And of course, my favorite is the paprika. I do use smoked paprika for most of my foods. And paprika, I do go with half a teaspoon for paprika. For the chicken thighs, I do use a little bit of basil as well. However, for the drumsticks, I don't put basil for the drumsticks, since I'll be putting it in the oven. I like to go easy with my spices, since I don't want them to burn. And I do use a 1/4 teaspoon of sage on both of them. After I put the sage and the basil, the next thing I put is the onion powder. So again, onion powder, you don't want to overpower your food with a lot of spices. 1/4 tablespoon of onion powder for both of them. Be careful with the ginger. Just like turmeric, it has a tendency of making your food bitter. So I'll put a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger on both of them. For the chicken thighs, since you'll be making a stew, it will be a curry stew. The next thing that I put is the curry powder. That's the next thing that I put. Yeah. And add a little bit more. Yeah. Half a teaspoon of curry powder. And now all you need to do is mix it up. So on the chicken thighs, I'll put a little bit of yogurt. One last thing that I almost forgot is the garlic. I do put garlic cloves in both my meats. So I will just use fresh garlic. Once again, you can use powdered garlic if you prefer that. I do prefer fresh garlic. The taste, I find it's way stronger than the powdered garlic. However, when I'm making my rice, I do use the powdered garlic, which is okay. So it depends. So after adding our garlic and all other spices, for the chicken thighs, this one we just, for the chicken drumsticks, I just need to mix it up and leave it to marinate for a couple of minutes. And for thighs though, I will be adding some plain yogurt. That's the plain yogurt, and I'll be using this spoon, and I'll be measuring 2 spoons of plain yogurt. 2 huge spoons of plain yogurt. So I will saran wrap this and leave it for half an hour to 1 hour to marinate. And for the chicken drumsticks, I'll just get a clean spoon for that. And just mix up, but it's a little bit dry, so unlike the thighs which have yogurt, you will need to add oil. So this is the cooking oil that we use. So mix it up after you add your tablespoon of oil. And another reason why you don't put a lot of oil is because you'll be adding the peri-peri sauce. So I will add 3 tablespoons for now. Mix it up, and we'll see how much how our chicken looks like with 3 tablespoons of peri-peri sauce. The next thing that you do is to saran wrap your chicken. There it is. So you need to store it for around 30 minutes to 1 hour just to marinate. And then also saran wrap the thighs. there you have it, guys. That's how your potatoes look like. Saran wrap them and leave them for around 30 minutes before popping them in the oven. It's about 45-50 minutes later. So what I'll do is the lamb that we got, I will put it in the pan, and I will also be getting the potatoes maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes later as I wait for the oven to heat up. So what I'll do is I will put my oven to bake for 400 degrees. And while it preheats, I will be prepping the lamb and I will add the potatoes. I will also be putting the chicken drumsticks in a different pan. That way I can put all of them to bake at the same time. And while that's happening, I will be cooking the chicken thighs. That way we don't spend so much time waiting for one to cook. Everything kind of cooks all together. The oven is ready. As you can see, it's already preheated at 400, and I already prepared the lamb and the potatoes and the chicken drumsticks as well. I will be popping both of them in the oven since they cook at the same temperature, and I will cook for around 30 to 45 minutes, after which I'll come back and check on them. On the upper rack, I'll be putting the potatoes and the lamb. And then on the lower rack, I will be adding the chicken drumstick. And that's ready, guys. So we're gonna leave that to be cooking. Meanwhile, I'll be prepping the stew. Our onions are ready, so what we need to do is put the tomatoes next. And we're gonna let our tomatoes cook for a while, and when they are all cooked, then we can put the chicken. So our tomatoes are cooked, as you can see. So all we need to do now is to add the chicken, and we're good to go. Remember, we had marinated this. It's actually been way over an hour, so this should be really good when it cooks. You can cover up your food because the tomatoes have already drained the juices. Just cover up our food and let it cook slowly, and when it's almost done, that's when I'll add the bell peppers, the cilantros, and our food will be ready. Our chicken is done. I'll just switch it off. It's looking so good and smelling so good, and my husband is finally home. Chicken! Chicken! Yes, babe, this week you're on a chicken diet. So yes, guys, so I will just turn it off, and as it cools down a little bit, I'll be waiting for the stuff that I already put in the oven. That way we can continue the video and see how it all turned out. Our food is finally ready. So that's how our food ended up looking like. So that's the lamb, and then that's the chicken drumsticks, and then that's the chicken thighs. It's all cooked. I need my husband to come and check it out and tell me what he thinks, how I did on my food. It's pretty good so far, and can't wait to get into it. What's that? What are you doing?
Yum.
What are you doing? Yeah?
This looks so good.
It does look very good.
It's so delicious.
Yeah, do you think the food is gonna last us through the week?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
You're a big people.
Up to Wednesday.
Wednesday? Babe,
Tops.
how much are you eating?
I'm not the only one eating in the house, eh?
That's true, yeah. It might only last us up to Wednesday, but if you factor in salad, maybe for dinner, we might push it to Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We have fruits and yogurt, so we can survive.
Oh, fruits and yogurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright guys, that's how we meal prep for the week, and next week we'll be getting Asen to meal prep with some Bulgarian dishes as well. Have a great week and see you later. Bye!